And we are back here once again with another episode of the Cloud9 podcast, season 10, episode 16. And as you guys know, if you have a chance to, check out the show, make sure if you haven't had a chance to check out the show live, you can go and check out the show on the replay, and all the episodes are available on the YouTube channel, actually. But if you want to go and watch and listen to the Iron Man podcast, that is going to be on Rumble. Rumble is where you're going to want to, follow me on there and watch that show there. And all the episodes of this show are available on the podcasting platform. So, if you want to watch and listen to the show while you're, commuting back and forth from work, while you're at the gym, while you're banging your wife, or you just need something to listen to on your second monitor.
I wouldn't be listening to this while banging my wife. Like, I might listen to this after I have let up my nuts, but.
Are you saying that you would listen to the show if you
I
weren't
will
on
not
here?
listen to the show while I'm having sex. That's a no for me, dog.
I could easily turn girls on. That's how good I am at doing this.
That's a no for me, dog. That's a no for me. I got it.
All right. So, as you guys know, the show is 2 times a week. We are live on Sunday around 5:30 PST, which would be like 8:30 EST, and then we have the show on Thursdays, which is 7 PST, which is about 10 PST for you East Coast people out there. And hey, fun fact: there's more people that live on the East Coast than they do on the West Coast.
Yeah, the safe coast.
A lot of people don't actually know that, because you think like the West Coast has some of the biggest cities in the world, which means all the people are there. It's like, no, actually the East Coast has more people, which is don't know why. Don't know why people.
You know why? It's safer on the East Coast. Shit.
Safer. There's farms. There's Christians. There's all types of good stuff over there on the East Coast. Hot women that would love to sleep with me.
Nah.
Fuck you. Good Lord.
They would sleep with you on either coast.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean, nigga.
I can get itty tacos. I could go to girls in Mexico and be like, "Hey, yo, mamacita, polalita, what's up, honey?"
You're not getting no taco. Get a taco.
What do you mean? I'm trying to get I'm trying to get their dad to wear El Rapidos, to make me some tacos.
Rapido. Jesus Christ.
Like, dude, I went to the diner. There's like this diner across the street over there, like 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
Straight walk. There was this MILF there today, and I was like, God damn, this woman is fucking hot. I wanted to shove my face in her butt for some reason. That ass was looking juicy.
Jesus Christ, man. You need help, man.
Oh, God. But I do want to say thank you guys have watching and listening to the show. Means a lot. So just in case, because we did the perks video on the last show, remember? So yeah. I may not have time to clip that out and upload that as a separate video, but this drama regarding Team Heretics and the LEC in general has been going down the fucking drain, dude. What is going on? Team Heretics drama. There's drama with the All-Pro voting again.
Yeah,
you have the spring split BDS coming up drama. Again. Yeah, the BDS drama. Holy crap. Carmine Corp. Yep. Good God. Like, is there a day we can go where we don't have drama at all in some of these leagues, man?
Hell no.
You have Hector and Scump. They're like suing, Activision Blizzard for like $600 million. I mean, who wouldn't sue freaking Blizzard at this point,
Yep.
Dang, so much stuff going on. Lennon wants to have a threesome with me, her, and Carla, where they want to lick the cum off my nuts. Oh, God. Team Liquid is just bad. Like, man, the LCS is coming back. And I don't know if you've seen the newest episode of The Dive, but like Azale mentioned that that some of the players thought that it was better to play in that room than compared to a studio because they didn't have to focus on the crowd. And it's like, what? The experience of going to the event is the crowd, though. That means the crowd makes it. Yeah.
Some just like playing. Some don't like that extra noise.
Yeah. Like, I couldn't imagine going to an event with no crowd. That'd be boring as fuck. Good Lord. Also, Sydney Sweeney has massive boobs. Just flopping tits. I like tits, actually.
She's cute.
Would you put your dick between those things?
I mean, conceptually, yeah. If she'll let me.
Yeah, and then would you put if she would probably literally let me destroy her. I'd be like, "Hey, yo, girl, what it do?"
I don't know about that, but okay.
Ooh, why? I thought you were supposed to have my back. You fucking piece of shit.
Hey, man, I want you to be logical. You think she would date you?
Yeah, I'll go up to her, riz her up. I'd be like, "Hey, yo, girl, you ever had a 9-inch meat between your legs?" oh God. Have you seen that situation recently with like Sweet Baby Ink?
Nah.
You don't need to. Save yourself brain cells. That shit is terrible.
Okay.
Please don't. Your brain will actually fry itself looking through all that. Good God. But the LCS, let's talk about that. So, you know how we always say, like, when we have the shows on Thursdays, our thoughts are be able to simmer. What is your like general thoughts about Team Liquid? Because at this point now, man, if they don't make playoffs, which is kind of possible, depending on how the Super Week goes, if they don't make playoffs, because they didn't make playoffs last spring either when they had Harry, right? They might need to look into changing this team. I'm sorry, guys. APA is just not it. People act like, well, if he's on Ziggs or this pick, no. Even when he gets his best picks, he's not good. He played Ziggs earlier in the split. Remember, it was against Quid when Quid was on Yone in week 1. I don't know. First of all, I don't know why you're picking in a mobile mage champion into Yone. That's already bad drafting in and of itself. But he got absolutely just demolished. Like he's just not good. He's just generally not good. I think he might function better on another team. He might. I think. I don't know.
Possibly.
It doesn't look like he's just really all that good. Yon and Core JJ, no synergy at all. Core JJ's been washed for quite a bit of time. A lot of people are like, well, he did a lot for North America. No one's saying he didn't, though. No one's saying he didn't do a lot. But what the fuck that got to do with anything right now? He's been playing bad for like a long time at this point. Like, we're supposed to just absolve this guy of like all these bad performances because he's did a lot for North America League of Legends? No, like that. Those kind of things you talk about in like Hall of Fame videos,
Yeah.
Like, not right now when he's still currently playing. Because this man can barely play Rel at this point. He can also barely play, like, Engage champions. People are like, he's really good at Engage support. He can barely play those. We watched this guy play Rel, right? That is
oh my God, that was bad.
We saw this guy play. He can, like, only play, like, Taric at this point. And I like Taric, but, God, he can only really play that champion at this point. Impact is basically just, like, Elo held in this team. Yeah. He probably might fit better on Cloud9 at this point if he just went back there. Honestly, they didn't want to go with Fudge. Umpty, like I mentioned before, was a stupid signing grabbing this guy, and it's still been proven that this guy is completely just not good. Like before, I've legit watched this guy every year in the LCK since I started watching. He's been bad. People are like, but he was considered the general. What the fuck are you talking about? The general of what? L's? Constant L's?
Not all generals are good though. That's the thing people forget about.
Yeah, people like his nickname is the general. What, just constantly getting bent over by Faker and fisted? Because I've never seen this guy in any split I've ever watched actually be exceptional. You've been, because I know you watch Drift Reports a little bit more than me. You ever see those players that are like constantly always there, but they're just like never ever good? They're just like meh for their entire career. They're just meh. And then they swap around and bounce around place to place and shit, but they're just meh. He's just a meh jungler. He's got no real upsides to him. He's always been that way. They just only signed him guys for budget reasons. They don't really think he's good. He's ass at the game. He's always been bad. He's the guy that basically can beat everyone like a bit worse than him, but anyone better than him, he just completely gets absolutely clapped by.
Yep.
So, what do you think, man, about Team Liquid?
They gotta rehold the whole damn thing because you look at it, your middle laner is not good. He is exposed too easily. Umpty, with what we're seeing from him, he's getting exposed each game. It's like, okay, I see why people weren't picking him up. Core JJ has been good in like 4 years. But like he hasn't been good since Double Lift.
Yeah, he's not been good since arguably I would say 2021 was his last good year. Honestly, even
Like,
at that point, you were looking at him like, "Oh man, there's a lot of issues you having right here." You know?
yeah. Impact's good, but it's like he's regressing a little bit. That's more because of the TV's on.
Yeah.
And who else? And Yeon was just never good. Like,
Yeah, Yeon was just never good. People were like, but they smurfed an academy. It's like LCS Academy is something I would never use as a bar for anything.
that's like when people smurf in the minor league for baseball. When they get to the major league, they can't hit a fastball over 95 miles per hour. That, man, you know, people will be like Hall of Famer minor leaguers if minor league had that. There'd be a lot of people who are so good in the minor league. The minute they get, it's like what you said, they get the competition better than them. Or sometimes some people are just not like, or just not meant to be at where they're at. It's like this person's good, but it's like, do you want to put them over this? It's like, and you look at it, you're like, like Team LEC was bad. They're
just ass. They have no macro. Like I don't understand how a team from like even just last year they swap out a few pieces. They have the same consistent macro problems. Like they quite literally had that Cloud9 game in the bag. Both teams should have been reported for wasting our times in that game.
Yeah.
All y'all should have been just straight up fired. Like y'all, we saw it on the video. Yon sees what's his name? Jojo next to him. Jojo Pion walks into Fog of War as Azir. He chooses on Senna to Q Azir instead of just using her W, which just guarantees he's locked there, so they could just pounce on him. People are like, but he had like Zhonya's. Doesn't matter. You force it out. He doesn't have the next team fight. That's a win for you. Why is he queuing the Azir? Why is he not locking the Azir down? That's basic stuff there. You know, like the Armal game. You know, Armal's over here fucking like ulting the ground, like.
Oh my god, that was bad. He tried to get out of something that wasn't coming, and it was like, okay, now you got no all, and you dodged an attack that was never coming.
God, man, like LCS is like people said the LEC is worse, but I mean LCS is not that much better. LCS games are awful this split. This is like a lot of people said it's more competitive than it ever was, and it's like. I guess maybe from standing wise, but gameplay wise, this is like really bad. I think this might be one of my worst splits I've ever watched in the league too. And I know people like say that kind of consistently. I think this split, there's been like no exceptional games at all this split. There may have been like one or two, but I've not seen any real like I would say quality League of Legends from the LEC or the LCS. I'm sorry, guys. Like, the LCS is bad. I don't know what the narratives have been telling you guys. This shit's trash, if I'm being honest here. This shit's really bad, honestly. Yep. Like, Cloud9 supposed to look really good, but they get, consistently just... Like, even, like, they have the win against FlyQuest, and then you have, like, the game against Team Liquid, where it's like, maybe TL's just that team that plays better into them, like NRG does into them, But that was not good. But who else is there? Like IMT, they had their win against Cloud9, but that's how. You know what's confusing, dude? A lot of teams have that too. They'll have that like one surprise win that surprises people, but then they just do fuck all for the rest of the season.
Yep.
Always happens. Those are like, those are what's the thing in sports they call it? Like trap games, actually?
Yeah, it's a trap game because what you do is you let your guard down. It's like a trap matchup in anything where you play against someone you should be, but you don't take it seriously, and then you lose because you never took it seriously. That's what happened. And the reason why they call it a trap because you're mentally you already go in not taking it seriously. That means your opponent doesn't know that you're not taking it seriously. They just know that you're playing. They're like, okay, why is this person not playing this? It's the whole thing with Pokemon where when someone doesn't take the competition seriously, you can beat them because it's like, okay, you just play your regular game while this person's playing suboptimally, doesn't really care. They're like, all right, cool, I'll still beat them. It doesn't matter. It's like that whole situation. That's why IFT was able to beat Cloud9 because they did draft well. They was like, oh, we could just draft anything and win. No, that's T1. T1 can draft anything and still win. Like,
Yeah, because as you mentioned before, like I think you mentioned this like last week's episode, their fundamentals. So we mentioned the fundamentals will carry a team. T1 has very good fundamentals. They know, like, even if they screw up giving like a shutdown over, they know that they're better, just not just player wise, macro wise, they're stronger. You know, a lot of teams just like freely do random shit because
yeah,
they just feel like it's the right thing to do. When it's like you could tell this is the reason why the LCS can't ever be successful is because a lot of people are just not smart at progressing their leads in the game. You know, or doing the most optimal thing. Like teams will randomly start Baron, even though it's more better for you to just like take a tower or just push the lanes in. So that way, if you push the lanes in and then you start Baron, then the way the lanes are pushing in, you could get extra free damage on the towers. You have to send another man to go, take care of the minions because they could just, push in. It's just so much stuff that you see in the LPL and LCK, and you're like, well, okay, yep, LCS is trash. And people say, but NRG made it. I don't give a fuck, honestly. I don't care. NRG played just very well on that day against G2, and that's just what it was. Like, in theory,
yeah,
G2 are just much more better team. They just, I don't know, just played badly against NRG. That's all it was. NRG, I think before we were saying that before the series too. We were like, you know what? They do kind of play better into teams that are better than them. It's just a
yeah, they
weird
do.
thing they have. And I was like, oh god, not this again. This fucking fraud team is going to the freaking quarterfinals. I'm sorry, James is watching. Weibo was a fraud team. I'm sorry, like it's just a fraud
No,
team.
I would say Weibo was a fraud team. They just like I said LEC was a fraud team. When
They've been
people
going through it actually. They've been going through it pretty bad.
like I told people they're a fraud team. They're not this good. Like they got that's what happens when teams get on a hot streak. Weibo's never been on a hot streak. They been choppy. They in a sense they beat the teams that they should be, and the teams they lose to more likely were 50-50 against them. Like Weibo was a team. Oh, they're Chinese team. They are no, not every Chinese team better than the teams in the West. Like Weibo, the issue with Weibo is they it too damn much, and in a best of one, you can catch a team slipping like that. What happens when it comes to a best of three? You adjust. Like NRG could beat Weibo in the best of one, probably not in the best of three. Because the minute
And we saw that they couldn't beat Weibo in the best of one. They played day one of the we call it now the Swiss stage or whatever it's called, and they got lost pretty bad. Like bad. And like it was so weird seeing like their worst teams, like their worst team on paper beat like our best team. You know, I was like, the level of bad that they're at versus the level of bad that we're at is totally different. Like the level of good versus they're at is different from where we're at.
Out there right now, like the best team, if you was to put FlyQuest right, like say you put FlyQuest right now, I would say FlyQuest would probably be okay. Let me look.
If you put FlyQuest in the LPL right now, where are you putting them at? Like what Team World Elite's at, probably?
No, let me actually look. If I had just Team World Elite, no, maybe around there.
Yeah, I think they're better than EDG, Ultra Prime, RNG. They're better than LGG. They're better than Rare Atom. Rare Atom is titties.
Yeah, I would say they're in between where Ninjas is and where LG is. They're in between there.
It's a fair assessment, yeah. Because I'll say this right now: if a lot of these Asian teams don't clean up their act, there's a good chance a lot of these guys could get set up. This reminds me of years in the past where the Asian teams lost because like some of the teams are just badly constructed. Yeah. And also people, Tarzan played very, very bad against T1. He did. But Tarzan was also a big reason why LNG was somewhat a contender all of last year before they got on their hot streak and before they even went to Worlds, you know? Yeah. That's the issue though. If you see a guy playing that bad, if you're in that coach's position, do you just be like, no, we need no changes here. Everything's good. Just going on stage and choking that hard in front of people is acceptable. It's like, no, you do get rid of someone. You don't just like sit there and be like, well, this a team that's supposed to be pretty good, it just choked completely. No, we just keep everyone. I think that it's not the wrong thing to do. The problem here is like, was Tarzan the right piece to remove? That's the problem. Is if he's been the guy with Scout playing very well the whole year, because everyone knows it was just Scout and Tarzan being the best players within the entire year. I don't think you remove him. The problem here is like you probably need to shake up the bot lane. You might need to get rid of Zika. I'll be honest with you, dude. Zika, even over Tarzan, I think he was just overrated. I never saw what people saw in that guy. I was like, he's just not good. He's a player. He's just, he has a few high highs, but that's it.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true. Yeah.
I never saw what people saw in that guy. I was like, this guy's not that good. It's like he's nothing near like Zeus level. Like Zeus when he first came was pretty good. Actually,
where's Tarzan again? He's back in the L.
A lot of people are thinking he might be going to Weibo. Actually,
Tarzan's not on a team right now.
No, he's not on a team at all.
Shit.
Let's see, Tarzan.
I thought he was on a team. I don't know why I thought he came back to the LC cam.
There's a good chance he might end up being on a team, given how bad some of these teams are. Like a lot of these teams in the LPL are really, really bad right now. Let me type in. If you hear my typing, LOL esports. Let me see if there's any news regarding any people. But what other? Oh, Milky Way. FPX is. What is with FPX and finding junglers like Bo and Milky Way and making them look really, really good? You know, Bo was on FPX. Looked like a fucking a Giga Chad. Milky Way is just literally taking out his dick, his 4-inch long noodle out of the Asian ramen, and just taking all his team on his back one at a time.
But don't forget, Bo was also wood trading. That's me. We don't know how much. Even though it wasn't allegedly on FPX,
I think it was in the challenge. He was match fixing challenger games. What an idiot. I'm not ruining my career with challenger games. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck?
I mean, at that point, he hasn't been to the league yet. That's me. Money's money. You need money. You gotta.
He was there, and then when TN came back, they sent him back.
Yeah,
which is weird because I thought he played much better than TN, but it doesn't matter honestly.
FPX right now, their next 3 games is gonna make or break their season. They go get the gauntlet of team.
They went 3-0 this week, actually. But, okay, so this is a problem, dude. Is a lot of people have said, if you ban out Milky Way, does that hurt them? And it's like, yeah, guys, if you ban out someone's best player, yeah, it's going to hurt them. Like, no fucking shit. The problem here is, how good is this guy to get them up? Because what they need is, FPX right now needs a higher seed in the playoffs. If you get, I think, top 4, you skip the first round, like people have said, which that's big. Really big, because LPL playoffs are very, very hard.
FPX literally, their next 3 games are their toughest.
What's the next 3 games?
BLG, JDG, and IG. They're about to go. They're about to be 7-6. Their next 3 games after that is easy, but they're 7-3 right now. There's a good chance that they'll be 7-6.
You're right. They had a hard schedule. Oh god, they have BLG, like you said, it's true. And then week 7, they got to face JDG, and then they have to face IG. Then after that, they're facing Rare Adam.
Rare Adam, RG, and TT. Those should be easy wins.
I'll just say right now, I don't think they're beating BLG, given how good Milky Way is. I do think there's a slight chance they can beat JDG. It's a slight chance there. But I that's gonna be really hard though. Like these are gonna be some really tough matches. I think you're right. I think
their best bet is beat IG. That's their best bet because IG's.
They're probably gonna end up going 2-2. They beat Rare Adam and IG, and you need to somehow build your best draft around Milky Way to beat either JDG or BLG. Because before IG did beat BLG. It's not like it's impossible to beat them. It's just really, really hard. But it's like, I don't know, man. Duck Dom and Life are pretty huge frauds, actually. Like, if you guys haven't been watching FPX, half this team is full of frauds. I'm sorry. Yeah. Like, Duck Dom is trash. Like, basically, they went into the mindset of, like, Milky Way gets to be our carry jungler. It's basically Milky Way and 4 wards. That's it. Duck Dom only has played Senna. This most played champion the whole split. Life just gets to be on Alistar. I don't know how why are you picking Alistar in this meta beyond me? That's a terrible pick right now.
I'm telling you right now. If JDG beats if FPX beats JDG, because JDG's schedule is not as hard too, because JDG got RG, FPX, Top Esports, and and anyone's legend after that, because they still got 7 games left. Because their last bit is RG, then they go get FPX, then Top Esports.
Oh my god, dude. This is huge.
JDG got some easy games.
This is sorry, guys. I know. Oh, fuck.
BLG might got the easiest series left, like easiest games left. They might fuck around and just go 15-1.
Oh my god! So, dang it! Later on, tomorrow. What tomorrow's Saturday? We'll probably do this. I don't mean to break down the league conversation right now. I know it's based around league. Some pretty big news for a lot of people, and we're talking like Kazuki Takahashi levels here.
Like for which
Akira Toriyama is dead.
Oh shit!
The creator of Dragon Ball.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh shit! Damn it!
My god!
Is it back-to-back years? No.
You're right. He did die in 2022. Kazuki Takahashi died.
Oh, okay. Damn. Oh no! It technically is back-to-back years because Kevin Conway passed away last year, right?
And Tommy did too, didn't he?
No, they passed away in 20. No, they passed away in 20.
Yeah.
God damn! All that passed away in 2022. Why I feel like Kevin Conway.
I'm gonna type this out right now. Rest in peace.
God.
Akira
Toriyama.
We're doing a Dragon Ball Z celebration stream for this man. I'm saying,
hey, man, you gotta invite me to that. That's.
I'll do my thank you video. So I know we'll do Thursday Kings after the show, and we'll do a video about it. I'll do a video about it later. Holy, rest in peace, Akira Toriyama, the creator. God. Wow. I don't know what to type. Like it's fucking hell. Good lord.
To create a Dragon Ball for. Yeah.
Thank you for creating
such
a timeless. Timeless masterpiece.
I think
that will live on forever in our hearts. What a man! What a man this guy is.
I think Dragon Ball Z is the best one out of all of them. But the opening theme song, Dragon Ball, oh my god, without Dragon Ball, I like that was one of the first animes because
that's crazy. Akira Toriyama's gone.
Crazy. That's oh my god. The more we live, man, the more people pass. Let's get to him.
Wow. And I know how much he cared about Gohan as a character. He, gave Gohan and Piccolo their transformations in Dragon Ball Superhero and shit. But gosh, he's really gone. He's actually gone. That's crazy. A guy that created probably one of the best animes that a lot of people have just resonated in their hearts so much.
The most recognizable anime at that too, like Dragon Ball Z.
Like Super Saiyans, everyone knows what Super Saiyan is. Everyone knows what a Kamehameha wave is. Like he created a real timeless classic.
The Cell Saga, the Frieza Saga, it was like
just Vegeta as a character. It's hit with so many people.
Like Dragon Ball was still one of those animes that you could even if you couldn't get bullied about it because it was just too.
It was just so popular. Everyone, Dragon Ball was the anime. A lot of people were just that was one they let you get passed through. You say you like Yu-Gi-Oh, huh?
Yu-Gi-Oh was 50-50. Early, like 2002 to 2004, Dragon Ball was just it didn't even matter. It was just like, oh, you like Dragon Ball? It was like some people, like I know most people I know left after the Cell Saga. That's what everyone left, but they still respected it. It was like.
So here's the thing here. It says, "Dear friends and partners, we are deeply saddened to inform you that manga creator Akira Toriyama passed away on March 1st due to subdural hematoma.
No, wait a
What?
second.
What?
No, wait. Wait. Okay.
It
Blow
said,
that on.
wish I could. It can't. It says subdural hematoma. The hell is that?
Sub, subdermal
Subdermal? Yeah. SUB
hematoma. Hematoma.
hematoma. Yeah. 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 What is that?
Oh
Is his stomach? Yeah, cancer? What
no.
is that?
Wait a second. Is it hematoma or is it something else?
No, it's
Because
HEMATOMA.
no, it's brain. It's
Oh,
a
that fucking
subdural
sucks.
hematoma. Oh, is it
Yeah.
HAEMAOTOMA? Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's occurs when a blood vessel in the space between the skull and the brain is damaged. Blood escapes from leading to the formation of a blood clot. Pretty much, he shit.
That's
I'm not gonna say
crazy.
it's a stroke, but fuck yeah, no,
Wow.
those are one of those things where if it goes untreated, yeah, that could be deadly.
He was in age of 68. It's our deep regret that he still had several works in the middle of creation with great enthusiasm. Also, he would have had many more things to achieve. However, he has left many manga titles and works of art to this world. Thank you to the support of so many people around the world. He has been able to continue his creative activities over 45 years. We hope that Akira Toriyama's unique world of creation continues to be loved by everyone for a long time to come. We inform you this sad news with gratefulness for your kindness during his lifetime. Funeral service was held with his family and few relatives, following his wishes for tranquility. We respectfully inform you that he would not accept flowers, condolences, gifts, visiting, offerings, and others. Yeah, Japanese people are pretty, they're pretty quiet about these kind of things.
Yeah.
Also, we ask you to refrain from conducting interviews with his family. They're not giving interviews. You know how hard it is to get people from his company to give you interviews? Good lord. Very hard. Future plan for Comrade gathering is not decided. We'll let you know when it's confirmed. We deeply thank you for your understanding and support as always. Wow. Kira Toriyama is gone. That's crazy. The biggest creators of the things that I've enjoyed in my life, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Ball Z, probably the pinnacle of things I've super enjoyed in my life throughout my entire life. Always been there. Both the creators are gone.
Those
Is it?
two, the voice actor of Batman, the probably the most popular Sixth Ranger of all time. Mine go all the way back to 1998 when Phil Hartman passed. Like as a
Yeah,
kid,
yeah.
I didn't recognize it until later when John Ritter passed, and it was like, and then they did the episode, and then they announced that they put it at the end of the episode. They wanted to let us know he finished his episode. He died like a couple hours after filming the episode. I was like, shit, Dad, Birdie, Mac. Oh my! It's like fuck. You just sitting there like, damn. Everybody grew up with watches or who created something I love is passing away. It's like Birdie Mac, Paul Walker, Lee Thompson Young. Now you're look. It's like, damn. Like it's like I remember when Kazuki Takahashi died. I was like, only if he and the guy who loved Heroes in the joke we were not trying to say, but we like it's like what if he had someone like a Shadow to help him out the water? It was like we were like fuck. You
Yeah.
just sit there. It's like every hero player I think on Twitter was like, and we just put a picture of Stratos, and that was the like that like because to me that when he said that was one of his favorite heroes, it was like Stratos. It was like, of course,
That's
just
chill. Like he was the guy where people, a lot of people thought he was older than he was because he was decently kind of young when he hit the stride of being successful as he was. He's only 68. He's barely past retirement age. Honestly,
and
you
most
you would you
Japanese
would you would think like due to the access of money this guy has, this is probably a multi-billionaire if we're being honest here. Given how currencies would work, we translated their currency to ours. You
yeah
think he would have access to the best medical service on the planet? But like,
yeah
was there no one in his life to be like, hey, dad, you might want to check on your health? You know, you getting
no
up there in age.
but Cerebral and Hematoma, those are one of those things where sometimes you don't know that you have it, and then you just
Mm.
pass away from it. Sometimes doctors can't search something unless they have to feel the pain and they could like isolate it and understand. Okay, let me research this because if you have heart problems but you don't feel it, and then what like think about with John Ritter, how he died. And you're in this section, something that's undetectable, and you're sitting there, you're like, how the fuck was I supposed to find out? Like, it was Chadwick Boseman. Like, he knew he had cancer, but it was a cancer that's
he was getting like
untreatable.
skinny, and a lot of people thought he was just losing weight, but it turns out it was much more than that. Yeah,
it's one of the worst cancers. That one and prostate / pancreatic cancer, cases that take too much toll on your body because they're in areas in your body that's very hard to surgically remove.
Yeah,
like, fuck. It's like colon cancer. That's shit. I remember after that, my doctor, because I was turning 30 that year, or no, I turned 30 the year after. But I remember I was like, my doctor after that was like, okay, once you turn 30, colonoscopy. I was like, well, I don't need one at 30. You usually get it at 40. But Chadwick Boseman had it before he turned 40. He was diagnosed with colon cancer. He like in 2016, and it didn't really take a toll in 2018. And you see some girl hematoma, you're like, you can recover from those, but anything with a brain.
Wow.
Like,
damn.
Like,
that's
we don't
just
know how
crazy,
long
man.
he's had this from, too.
Kevin Conroy, Jason David Frank, Kazuki Takahashi.
Another one for me, the singer is shit. Why am I blanking on the singer's name? I don't know why I'm blanking on the singer. Bobby Caldwell. He passed away of circumstances.
He was the type of guy where it's like, you would think he'd be around forever, not like literally forever.
Yeah,
because Kazuki Takahashi's this man. His death was like so on the nose. It's like he died trying to save people from drowning. Because from what I've read, he was like snorkeling or whatever, and like these big waves came in or some shit, and it like a lot of people got like they couldn't get out or some shit. So he tried saving them. Yeah, and he died a hero. His favorite archetype was heroes.
Hey man, it was like
yeah. At least he went out like a hero. That's the best way anyone could go out. But people gotta know. People ask like, waves can hit you that hard to kill. Yes, guys. Yeah, water is pretty strong. You don't know. Yeah, enough water hits you at a decently high speed. That'd kill you. Actually.
Yep.
He's already probably like 70 years old. He can't.
No, he was like 60.
If he's like 60, 70 years old, he can't take like me. You get hit by that, you probably maybe survive. He can't. It takes when you're older, it takes you much longer to recover from something.
He was literally 60. Like not even like Kazuki Takahashi was 60. Like on the dot. He was going to turn 61 that year, but on the dot 60. Like, yeah, that's.
But don't worry, everyone. When we're doing this right now, we'll get back to League. It's just that is so shocking. Yeah, oh my god.
Yeah.
I told people I'm not gonna lie. That actually does make me pretty sad. I'm not gonna lie to you guys about that. That is depressing as hell.
Yeah.
Like I remember when Paul Walker passed, I was like, that kind of sucks. I'm pretty sad about that.
No, that one hurt because
it was just so unexpected.
No, it was the way. The one that
one's also on the nose too. He died in a car crash. Bruh.
The one that damn near broke me was Kobe Bryant because I was at a local.
Well, that was pretty.
That one broke me. I was like, because he like there was Michael Jordan. I've always said there's like areas of basketball where there's the top player. 70s was Kareem, 80s was Magic, Larry Bird, Dr. J. 90s was Michael Jordan, majority. 2000s was whoever. Mine was Kobe and Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan didn't look flashy, but he always won. Kobe looked flashy, but was winning with him and Shaq. It was like, I remember meeting Kobe, Shaq, and Tim Duncan back-to-back years because they played against New Jersey in the finals. And that was the only time, besides going to New York, my mom would take me to see basketball games, was when it was in the finals. Because they would get group tickets and we'll all go as a group. I remember meeting
I'm going to basketball coach. Just keep talking, okay?
meeting Kobe and Shaq, it's like they were so tall. I'm like, what? I was like 3 feet as like a 10, 11 year old. I was like, oh, man, this one hurts. This is like Akira and Taria. That one hurts. That like anytime someone dies hurts, but when it's tied to your childhood,
Yeah, when
that's
it
when
started
it's
something
like,
that big too, it's like this is stuff that like, man, I remember the timeless moments of all this stuff happening. And on Saturday, everyone doesn't know who's watching this on the Iron Man podcast Saturday because I didn't have a plan for it. We're gonna do a Dragon Ball Z appreciation stream. I know exactly how we're gonna plan it out because that is just, oh my god, man!
yeah,
Wow. I
yeah,
remember like Dragon Ball Z when I would go home, like bully at school a little bit and just go home and get through your day, like Goku fighting whatever enemy he was fighting in whatever
Goku,
episode or some
yeah, like
shit.
not even Goku just going on an adventure, like and people
I
understand
remember
like
like
how
sitting in my grandma's house one time when he
yeah
first went Super Saiyan, and I was like, that is the coolest fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. Because they had talked about being super, like Vegeta had mentioned. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? And then he did it, and I was like, man, like when Trunks came in, he turned to a Super Saiyan. That was dope
yeah.
as fuck. Vegeta did it. Gohan
My,
eventually, man, so
yeah,
much cool
Gohan.
shit.
Mine is when he came back and helped Gohan defeat Cell at the end. I was like,
Yeah, I was giving him that nudge in his ear, like, no, you have the power in you. You can do this. And he just
yeah,
unlocked it all and just wiped him out. Like,
yeah.
my
I
God.
was
Like,
like,
I always tell people, like, me before I die, at some point I will, I want to leave something behind like that. Super timeless, super classic like that, That touches a lot of people's heart, but they have like that with you forever. So I was like, I tell people,
mine doesn't have to be that. I just like if I go to Shiro, it'll be like it doesn't have to be as impactful as these guys. It just be like, oh, Chad's the reason why I did this, or he's the reason why I was able to succeed. It was like that's why someone asked me why I'm so dedicated in the car games. It's like I don't like the worst thing you could be is when you die is being forgotten. That is the worst thing that can happen.
oh,
It's
yeah, that.
like because there are people like that's why I remember I used to have a motto I still say hate me now, thank me later. It's a combination of two songs, one by P. Diddy, one by Drake. Because a lot of people will hate you in the short run, like when you tell someone the truth. Like when I told this girl that she needed to lose weight and she got mad at me, I was like, no, I know I need to lose weight. I bet said it. That's why this whole fat shaved body. You can love who yourself, but you also have to acknowledge that you're overweight. That it's not healthy for you. And I remember she got mad when I said it was just all this, but then years later she got healthy and met the guy of her dreams, and now they're there. It was like I'm not saying I mean you were fat, but I'm not. I wasn't trying to be vicious. You asked me my opinion. I was like, you're overweight. But the reason why, because I was trying to be, oh, you're a fat bitch. I'm not gonna say it like that. It was like you wanted to be healthy. You want to live long enough to see your kids, and that's my main impact. And like, cause I remember someone asked me what was the impact of like Kobe had in your life. It was like you just have to go for it. It was like even when it was like football, it was like don't. Like if you could go get the like in football, it'd be like go get the tackle or the interception. You go for it. Don't pass the ball where you're able to shoot it. It was like that fight was like it's the whole thing where like I was like shit. I'm just like God damn it, man. I'm just sitting there. I'm like I can't believe these people are gone. It's like the ones from my childhood hurt worse than like say when like a certain rapper dies now, it's like a certain rapper like I'm not gonna say the rapper's name, but a certain rappers that passed away recently. Don't I mean I feel bad for their families, but it doesn't hit me. It doesn't say all right, cool. I can go on my day, but man, this mostly hurts. Like This mostly hurts because of how Dragon Ball designed, like it 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 constructed how my childhood was. It was it was American cartoons, and then Dragon
Crazy.
Ball
Yeah, it's
Z
crazy because
came
he had
out.
a Dragon Ball Daima coming out very soon too. He had
Yeah,
another series. He was oh even how many creators aren't as passionate about their big money maker because
yeah,
they don't have that kind of passion anymore. He was always super passionate about Dragon Ball
yeah.
all the time.
Because it was a big hit in Japan, but most
He
of
was
our
actually
movies,
inspired by stuff we did. What's crazy is a lot of people love manga now. He was
yeah,
actually inspired by a lot of stuff we did.
yeah,
There's like Dragon Ball Super villain that hasn't been coming out in the anime yet. But this is a manga that was based off, a World Eater. Pretty sure you know who the World Eater is from Marvel. Galacticus.
yeah,
There's a lot of stuff in Dragon Ball that's influenced by like comic books. Like Goku's origin story kind of is similar to Superman's in a lot of ways.
yeah.
Like wow. Well, I'll say, and on a happy note for the show today, you know, we'll have a stream for this on Saturday, and we'll get you guys that done. Okay. So, Team Heretics drama. This is terrible. This is bad. Did you see that Team Heretics video that they put out on their YouTube channel or Twitter?
I saw some of it. I was like,
This org is burning to the ground.
yep.
I'll show you guys this right now. So, allegedly, how would I say this though? Basically, there's a lot going on that a lot of people don't know. It's like, what's going on with this fucking team? Feels like they're just constantly getting rid of people in short time. Like, why in the world would they even pick up Perks given his performance last year? You know? And, like, I don't know. Like, Wonder played like 3 good games on Fnatic, but people have been saying, like, hey, I don't know if this is the guy you want to go for because he got kicked by Fnatic for having that kind of performance, you know? Like, good lord. So we'll show you guys this right now, actually. So here was the Team Heretics video that if you guys didn't get a chance to check out, it was put out on their Twitter account and it was also put out on their YouTube channel as well.
Hello everyone, I'm Arnau Vidal, co-founder and chief gaming officer of Team Heretics. I'm also here with Albert, our general manager of League of Legends, and we are here today to talk about the upcoming changes in our LEC team. We identified multiple issues in the team, with one of them being the lack of leadership and communication, especially after the early game, and that's why Trimby came as an option. Even though Kaiser is a really good and skilled player, we think that Trimby can bring that skill into the team, which is something that we are missing and is really affecting us. But even though
Okay, so I'll say I don't know if Kaiser and Flacket were such a bad bot lane to the point where you needed an upgrade in terms of like Trimby. I think Trimby would be better served on any other team beside this one, actually. I mean, Kaiser wasn't the worst problem with the team. Worst problem with the team was your mid laner, actually, which I imagine they're going to talk about in this video.
we knew that that was an issue, it was not the only issue. That's why we sat down with everyone, staff, coaches, players, to really make sure that the change in the support was not the only change that would be made in the team going to Spring Split. Also, several things in terms of structure, discipline, and other topics had to be improved and had to be modified, because we didn't want to believe that with the change in the support everything would be fixed. We wanted to make sure that there was enough self-awareness in the group to understand also other topics that were critical to improve and to change, and to make sure that Spring Split would be much more successful for the team.
After these 1v1 talks, I believe most of the players were aligned and everyone was more aligned with the issues we found out. We pushed that a lot, and when we started the scrims on Spring Split, we felt that the issues were still there, that the problem was still there, and we were not only not improving, also playing worse than from Winter Split, okay?
So on Yankos' stream, he said this was not true, that he did not feel that they had those issues. So there must be a disconnect between what happened from their point of view versus what happened with the player's point of view, actually.
And for us, not doing anything was not an option, okay? We don't care if we have to push the team a lot and push the players, but we need results and we need to be playing better. We were still dysfunctional, as Arnau just mentioned. And the key point that we have, or the special point that we have, is that we have an academy that is a really good academy, a really good project that we believe from day one on them. That's why last year.
I was thinking that's a very contradictory statement, because if you believe in your academy system, then why not bring up the academy players in certain positions if you feel like you have a really good academy system product you're working on?
Flacket came to a roster, and this year we have this second announcement that we're about to make.
So, as many of you already know, Swider is going to be promoted to LEC. We're really happy because he's been a key player for our academy team success for already 3 years from now. A lot of you might be questioning why this change was not planned before, after the first split. This is something that we've been, of course, discussing and exploring with everyone. And in the conversations after the poor performance of Winter Split, we discussed with everyone in the team, and everyone was highly valuing the effort and work that Luca was putting to make sure that the team was successful and to improve his performance as well. But after going into scrims and dynamics into a spring split and seeing that there was no improvement in the dynamic of the team, and the team was still stuck in a lot of issues that we identified during the first split, we really thought that a change was needed to be made, and that's why we stepped in.
A lot of people.
I mean, I'll be honest here. If they want to have any chance at competing at the top, then Perks needed to go. I mean, Perks hasn't been really good at playing the game since like 2021, and arguably, that was a scuffed year in a lot of performances too. Perks has played pretty jank from 2022 till now. So, I'll say this: if they actually believed in their academy guy they're bringing up right now, then they simply just bring him up. But they chose to play Ruby, and they chose to also play Vetio last year as well. So now they just believe in this guy.
Have been also talking about me with the famous dispute with the manager, something like this. This is a matter of multiple issues that we found out. We think that someone like Swido can come with a lot of motivation and push the rest of the players, because that's something that in this first day of a scrim that Swido has been playing, has been pushing everyone into a correct and positive way, which is something we were missing before. And at the same time, probably the international speaker doesn't see this, but I have been defending and supporting Luca since day one. And I still think that he's a great player. But for the dynamics and for the synergy of this team, right now, the best we can do is having Swido on the main roster.
We know that most of you are disappointed by the results that we had during the first split, but this is not how it starts, it's about how it ends. And last year we also had a rough first split, and we ended in summer split being one of the best teams in the LEC. So we're confident that we're doing everything possible, and everyone in the team.
It's also weird how, now if you look back a little bit, yeah, Evie was pretty bad, but at least he made things happen on the team, and they basically kind of swapped out Evie for Wonder, who just makes nothing happen. I think getting rid of Vetio isn't like the worst idea, but if you're gonna get Vetio for Perks, and it's like, well, what kind of like decision are you really making there? It's not really like an upgrade at all, actually.
Team is aligned to be successful and to have a good season, and yeah, this is pretty much it.
Yep. Thank you very much, everyone, for following us, for supporting us. Trust in the process, as many of you guys will say, and vamos Heretics.
Well, that's it. So, yeah, I don't know, actually. So let's go over some of the comments here. I think most people are like, this is just going to be a shit show, actually. All right. Let's go over the other thing with the LEC currently right now.
Heretics gonna be 0-9 in the spring. Oh my god, this team looks bad. They look old too.
Did you see the we'll talk about the all-pro voting thing. Well, I'll be honest with you guys, the all-pro voting thing for this league has been a joke for a very long time. Like, the LCS is better with it, the LPL is better with it. The worst regions, I'll be honest with you, when it comes to the all-pro voting, are the LCK and the LEC. Because literally, if T1's the best team, all the players in T1 are the fucking team of the split. If it's for G2, all the players in G2 are team of the split. even though there's other players that have been clearly playing on par with some of those positions, if not better, from the cases of them being on considerably weaker teams. Fucking hell, man. Look at this shit right here. Team of the split is G2.
It's literally just G2.
Now, Shox did say, before we put on our pitchforks, pause your pitchforks and check the vote breakdown. Then you may pick them back up. Oh, God. She's trying to like them. I love this girl. Oh, she's such a nice girl. She basically said, before you go and actually wreck these guys, read the actual documents. Don't worry, Queen. I will. Because last year, remember how we read these? Yeah. I don't know. These guys are biased as fuck, actually. All right. Okay. Is that big enough? Oh, okay. You can get it right there. Okay. So she said it's between media. And so it says full votes by teams, media, broadcast partners, and on-air talent. Okay. So we can see who's a fucking fraud here. Okay. So damn. Okay. How are we going to go? This is team of the split. A lot of people had Broken Blade, Irrelevant, Adam, and Merwin.
Okay.
Those were the best top laners. I think it's probably a case for Irrelevant, Adam, and Merwin and more, give or take their team situation.
Look, think about the two people that voted for Irrelevant and Adam mostly. They're G2 people. They didn't want to vote for the old.
Yeah, you can't vote for your own people, actually.
Yeah, that's me, yeah.
Even on Giant X, people from Giant X didn't even vote for Otawamne. That's sad.
Jesus.
It's so sad.
I wouldn't vote for Otawamne either.
So a player, so he said, so let's see, Perks. Who did Perks vote for? No, that's Perez. Okay, so one of the coaches on Fnatic, I think I know who that is. I've seen him in their videos. He voted for Broken Blade, Yike, Caps, Hansama Alvaro. This motherfucker just only voted. Oh my God. All these guys are literally just vote. Maybe they don't even care anymore. All these guys, you can see from their votes, all they do is vote for just G2. That's it.
I mean, G2 was even when G2 was kind of trolling. You gotta realize G2 trolled those two first Monday games. G2 could easily win.
Let's see what Ashley King put. Ashley King put Broken Blade, Yike, Caps, Ice, Alvaro. Okay. Ashley, stop it. Okay. Get some help. Peter Dunn, who was the head coach of Team Heretics, he picked Irrelevant, Yike, Caps, Hansama Alvaro. Now, keep in mind, I want to put in context here. A lot of the coaches are privy to these scrims, actually. So, because that's what makes this kind of what's that word? A conflict of interest, is because if I'm facing off against G2 on scrims, then I'm obviously looking at them a lot differently. They should only tell people, hey, take what has happened on these stage games. Doesn't matter what happens in scrims. It's not what you're voting on.
Because every time I be trolling in practice, that's
a literal direct conflict of interest right there. Because a coach and head coach and anybody on staff is going to be privy to these scrims. Actually,
yeah.
What the fuck? All right, who else is around here? Do we have?
Who did Shox vote for?
Did she count on here? I don't think she did. Was she on the broad? Yeah, she was on the broadcast. Yeah, she was.
Was Laura there or no?
I can't find their names right now. God dang. Okay, Cableshard. Cableshard voted for Broken Blade, Yike, Caps.
G2. He literally just voted for G2. He was like, fuck it. I'm a player. Okay, let's look at the two guys for Rogue. The two players for Rogue.
Oh, you said, okay. Freddy112 is their head coach. He voted for.
He just swapped out Yike for Elyoya. Who could have also been on G2? Okay, let's go to Adam. Let's see. Adam just said fucking G2. He just said
he was G2. Like, fuck Striker. Bruh.
Adam just said fucking G2. Just.
All right, so the SK Gaming coaching staff, they only swapped out Yike for Razork and Mickey X for Alvaro.
Yep.
All right, let's fucking roast these frauds. All right, the G2. I don't know. Okay, so we have. What else we got down here? Give me 1 second, guys. Adam, Binker, Peter Dunn, Chips. I don't know what the fuck that is. Medic. So Medic's one of the on-air talent. You know what Medic is. He voted for Irrelevant, Yike, Caps, Hansama, Alvaro. Okay. Yeah. If someone's core is Yike, Caps, and Hansama, I would say Hansama didn't play that good in winter. But then again, what's his competition? Ice and Carzy and Supa?
I don't even think Carzy got him. Carzy got one vote.
I thought Carsey played better than Ice. At least
Aragon is the only one who only had 2 G2 players, and one of them wasn't like Yiker. It was literally Mirwin, Razor, Caps, Carsey, Mickey X. It was like, wait, what? That's like the most wackiest one.
Vedius is Broken Blade, Razor, Caps, Hansama, Alvaro. That's not okay. It's not bad. Who else is there? What's Draco's? Is he on here? Did they have Draco's vote?
You got Broxer. You got Broxer.
Oh, that fucking
irrelevant. Razor, Caps, Hansama, Alvaro. Okay.
Not bad. Not bad. Yeah. Finn, because he was a broadcaster this split. Finn, they are not going to give you a job. Finn,
Finn just went G2. He glazing the fuck out of G2. He was glazing.
Getting on his knees for Caps. Caps, oh yeah, Caps, please. I'll suck your big fat cock in my mouth. I'll eat all your cum, buddy. Please put me on G2 right now, please. Cheap Esports, that Wulo motherfucker who is the fucking. I'm gonna go off right now. I'm nice. It's YouTube. Cheap Esports, they let Wulo vote. Wulo, who's the leaker? Cheap Esports is Wulo.
Who?
Cheap Esports. Yeah, Wulu. LEC Wulo.
Oh,
they let
irrelevant guy Caps, Hansama, Alvaro.
Why did Wulu get a vote? Wulu's not the media. Okay, he has a website, but like, come on, whatever. Wulu, the guy that leaks roster moves, is able to vote. Burn
Peter, yeah, he said Peter
Dunn. Who else is here? Players, coaches, Peter Dunn, Adam, SK Gaming coaching staff went basically.
That Alliance coach was like, I'm not going to vote for G2 as much. I would just put Caps. Like, really?
What are the Giant X coaching? The Giant X coaches were Merwin, El Yoya, Caps on some Mickey X. Putting Mickey X in split is kind of troll, guys.
It's funny how the G2 staff just trolled and just put Humanoid as the mid. Humanoid, nigga, Humanoid. Okay, was that the only vote Humanoid got?
I think
everybody else just went Cap. Like Cap wasn't even that good in this split. But who else?
Wait a minute. The players put Nuck.
Who's the second best mid?
If you're asking me, the best 2 mids in the league are probably Humanoid and Caps. And people are like, no, Nuck is not good, guys. I'm sorry, Nuck is not good. He's pretty.
That's why Adam had to punch him.
Oh, you're insane. You're absolutely insane.
He was only. It's funny how, like, literally, the only 2 people that don't vote for Caps are the people who work for the team. Caps is Jesus. Like, Caps is the only one that got everybody else. Like, Caps is literally on everybody else's. Like, doesn't even matter. It's just let's just put Caps because there's no other mid laner that's even close. Do we have to put Faker in the LEC to finally get Caps not first team? Faker or Chovy?
I will say this. Okay, so like if we're going over the positions of the all-pro team, I will say the top laners that played the best were obviously Adam, Irrelevant, Merwin, and Broken Blade. I think there's more variety in the top lane than any other position. Yeah. Broken Blade, Merwin, Adam, Irrelevant. Yeah, and those 4. Okay, yeah. The jungle position, it's basically just El Yoya, Yike, and Razork, if we're being honest here.
Yeah.
For mid, we know it's basically just it's like 99% Caps and like 1% Humanoid. The Humanoid has some pretty jank games, honestly.
Humanoid being the second best, we saw how sometimes he ran it down. That says a lot about how bad the region is.
When like the Caps gap started running it down in like the first 2 weeks, but Caps massively picked it up. Right, we're talking like he had a big. If you look at his first 2 weeks compared to like how the split went for him, when they played against Giant X, I think week 3, he basically put his whole meat out and just fucking put his cock in everybody.
He pulled his meat out and told Giant X to suck it. Like that's what it was.
And it had to have been against Giant X. He played that first really good LeBlanc game and just started steamrolling everybody.
Yeah, he pulled up the LeBlanc and told him to eat the butt. That's what it was. I was like, shit. Okay.
If she chained me up and told me to eat her ass for like good, dig her shit out.
It's either that or get,
she killed you. She black.
Either that or get
dead.
Unalive. You gotta have to probably eat some butt. Then it's like,
if I have to go out eating LeBlanc's hairy butthole, that shit probably got like dingleberries in that shit. Hey, fuck it, let's go, let's do it. Are you eating Lennon's dingleberry filled ass to die?
She ain't got no dingleberries in that ass, man. That ass is clean.
That's no hair too.
He's stupid.
All right,
then,
ADC. Okay, the only good ADC person, and Hansama didn't even play that great though.
but
he
who's
didn't play
better than Hansama as ADC? Ice?
Reckless. No one.
Who plays support? Oh, talk about somebody who plays. Somebody what is up with T1's supports being ADCs? What the fuck is Kyria doing playing Callista support?
Bro, that man's bored. That man won Worlds and basically said, "Fuck it, I'm rolling the dice."
See, that's why
He's probably like, "Man, I could have been the 2-time world champion. I lost to fucking DRX. I win Worlds. Oh, it's over." Like, basically at this point, he got his goal. He won Worlds. What else do you achieve at that point?
He wants to win Worlds playing Lux at least once. And then he wants to win Worlds again playing Callista at least once.
I swear to God, if that man ever locks in Elise support, he needs to be in prison.
I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. If he locks Elite support, guess who's gonna be playing it next week? Boosia, fucking ass.
Oh, God, man. Like, who played? Okay, so like Hansama, and I think Karzi played the best. Because guys, Ice is just another version. Ice is basically just an ADC version of what Jun is.
I would say Ice played better on a better team.
He had like a few good games. He never stood out.
I would tell you why Karzi. He played better, but his results look worse, and that's what's gonna take him. Because
someone told me upset, and I was like, "Brother, stop."
I'm gonna tell you why Carly would barely be out here. Hellsing. He needs to get away.
Oh yeah.
Hellsing is the reason why he's not up here as much. Supa is on here because of Alvaro. Alvaro was legit the second best player on Mad Lions. Like,
what else is here? So yeah, like the only two ADCs that I would. Yeah, I mean,
who the fuck put LeBron? That nigga is drunk. Okay. LeBron's not trash, but he ain't. That nigga is drunk.
The only split he's ever getting this many votes. This is the only split.
June?
He actually had a decent split. If you put Jun, you're trolling. Who did that? Of course, the media. Of course.
David Yu. Of course, oh Jesus! Okay.
Wang Xingchong. Oh my God! Who was put Jun? Jun was put by one of the players on Giant X on their backup team.
Oh Jesus!
Good.
And of course, G2 put LeBron, but there was no other support. G2 just literally looked at the second best team and just like, okay, let's just randomly blind pick people because we can't pick players from our own team. You know, if G2 could, it would have just voted their own team, right? You know that, right? Alvaro.
Oh, good Lord. Razork and Alvaro are playing Super League. Shame.
And G2
did cringe.
Capsicle's legend.
No, like, okay, so I'll be honest here. The positions you want to really pick apart is this could be debatable. There's like 3 other picks that you could argue.
The two debatable ones is top is support.
Yeah,
80s. I would tell you what 80s is not as debatable. The Ice is good, but
good is that good is stretched. You have to really. That's like me opening up that porn star, that real freaky one. God damn.
Which one? All freaky.
That's like opening a Bella Danger's ass and stretching that shit wide. That's a stretch.
Her and Adriana Chedick. Those two.
Like the only debatable positions here is like basically this one and ADC because, like you said, like the only other guy you can put here is Razork, and most people are like, "Well, he's good." You can't. You ain't putting no one here in mid.
There's nobody else you can replace over mid because like who you gonna put Humanoid?
Okay, dog, yeah. Like Thacken was so good, man. I saw him carry so many games.
Like who the fuck you gonna put? Like who else? Like the support is like you can put Alvaro. That's all there's a one.
Yeah, that's it. That's really all you can.
Top is like who irrelevant.
You could have Adam, irrelevant, and
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. If I'm gonna tell you why irrelevant. Like
sorry, Merwin. Fucking hell, Alvaro's their support.
And he kind of disappeared in that finals. He disappeared. He disappeared so much. He lost some Houdini shit.
Just for the whole split. What are you talking about?
No, but I mean, there's times where he's literally just go.
You
I
say
mean,
he's my dad? Like, what the fuck?
no, he ain't your dad because he just never showed up. That's the motherfucker who played for
This is what
KC.
people. This is what people have.
Is it Kevin?
This is why we've been talking about this problem with like G2. It's like I don't hate you. Obviously, like G2 a lot. The problem here is like I don't like when they just. This feels like Cloud9 of last year.
Cloud9 or like when it was T1 in the spring of last year.
Yeah, they're gonna run
just
into
T1.
the same. Yeah, they're gonna run into the same issues that Cloud9 went through last year. Like
it was like Chovy played better than Faker, but it was like, oh nope, just T1. Nope. Or it would just be all just G, and then it'd be second team be all T1. It was like, or more or less, it was like, yeah.
Like the only, like I guess the only debatable one is top and ADC because like the only other the two support players people put is like LeBron and Alvaro. That's it.
Alvaro, those are the two main ones.
If I'm being honest, they did kind of play better than Mickey X for most of the that split in particular.
But the issue with Alvaro is Supa wasn't as good. That you gotta realize. The reason why Carly doesn't get as many votes because Hill's ass. The reason why Alvaro doesn't get as many votes because Supa's not good. And then who does it? And then LeBron, Ice is decent, but together they're shaky. That's the issue. Hassan and Mickey X are the only two.
So you think people are like basing up their votes on certain positions for bot if the other partner is not as good, right?
Yes, like with irrelevant, yes, and with top lane was irrelevant. If SK got top 4, irrelevant is over Broken Blade.
Mm-hmm.
But also, this is that's the thing too. SK was in the lead for a good chunk of the them BDS, and then G2 just came up. They was always just right there, and then not BDS. SK just fell off a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
All SK had to do was get top 4, and irrelevant would have locked in. You do, and that's the issue. You win and die by your team. Like Hasana wasn't the overall best ADC throughout the whole split, but he was the most consistent. Him and Mickey X, because they were either both it or they were both win. Because you can't have Carly winning all the time and Helsing inting all the time. That don't work. Mm-hmm. That's the sad part about it. It's like with SK, you got irrelevant winning in top lane. It don't matter if you're winning in top lane where your bot lane so dog water. Like you know that's the part about it that
well,
that,
now we know how. That's why I told people for many split at this point, dude. Yeah, LEC voting is jank.
Yup, and it was
jank.
Who was the other one? Yike. It was Yike and El Yoya, right?
Basically just Yike and Razork. The only picks you really got there. That's it.
Yike, El Yoya, Razork.
Yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, I forgot El Yoya actually played pretty good for the most part. Yeah,
but
unless you're gonna put Shio there.
Okay. You could put Razork there, but
what do you mean could? He's like the second best jungler. Arguably, he could be maybe the first best jungler too.
I'm talking about you gotta realize a lot of people look at who's the best team and then how they play all season.
Yeah,
because you look at Razork and then you look at how he is.
There, I'm gonna answer, man. If Razork is not on Fnatic, they are a bad team.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Definitely not top 2 material because Razork, if you look at their videos, he's the only guy that's trying to get things done. You can tell he's so frustrated with these guys. They don't get anything done. Or at least, on the realm of what potentially like other teams could do. Oh my god, this guy's got Shagsworth. Good job, man. It's got 919 people watching it right now on YouTube.
Nice.
Lord. Oh, but all right. Let's go over. I forgot the spring split starts this week. All right, so let's do a little small preview of the LEC 2024 spring split, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know a lot of people have done like big breakdown videos and stuff like that of the teams. Let's be honest here, guys. We just saw what happened with a lot of these, teams, and I'm gonna lump a lot of these teams together because a lot of these teams are just boring as fuck to watch. Not just boring. A lot of these guys can't even get basic compositions to work for themselves. We're talking like a lot of people can barely fucking use like Rakan in combination of a knockup with another champion. It's like, come on, like, do we have any hope for a lot of these teams? All right, so let's just run them down really quick, okay? We'll do like,
Yep.
what's the point of talking about G2? G2 best team. All right, cool. Conversation over. That's it. You know, if they start weak, let's be honest here. They have the coaching staff, they have the level of players to kind of pick it up in the playoffs. Now, to be fair, they did lose in spring last year, so if they did lose in this year's spring, I'm not going to be surprised. But who is going to challenge them this year for that? Because, all right, let's scroll. Oh my God, what is he ads for? That's why I hate going on ads for all this stuff. Good Lord, these websites have so many ads. All right, so let's start here. Okay, Jody did a video on Zack Snyder. Oh, Lord. Good God. All right. What team do you want to talk about first? All right.
Let's talk.
Here we go.
The worst team.
I was trying to bring up the standings here.
League.
Let's go top to bottom. Yeah. Do you have any hope for Vitality?
No.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like a lot of these teams are just badly constructed. A lot of these players do not work together, actually. Vitality is just ass. Like, just Team Heretics. Okay, let's talk about let's talk about the positives. Okay, not a lot of good here. Okay, so do you think BDS is going to be as successful this split as they were last split? Given the strength of the league, they're probably top 4 material, honestly.
Probably, depending on who's their top laner.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure they're going to run with Adam. Pretty sure. But hey, if he gets out of line again, he knows, hey, Daddy Striker will come in there and put his cock out and put, the other guy in.
And do nothing.
But the deal with BDS is, I think they have a very good idea of how to play the game at a certain point in the game that other people don't, which will give them an edge. That's the best thing they have. SK Gaming. I think if they could just get their shit together for like basic things, I think this team could be a whole lot better than what they showed. But I think that's 4th place material, if I'm being honest here. Because, while I do believe they should have beaten Fnatic when they played, that was only going to get them like 4th, for being honest here. They were probably not getting past BDS. They were not getting past Mad Lions. So I think this team on paper, can be the 4th best team, given what we just saw out of them. It just depends on, Extrakick and DOS need to step up in playoff matches. We've seen this team in several, best-of-3 stages and playoff scenarios where they kind of just start crumbling when it comes to, playoffs and certain moments where they have to make the big play. So, all right, no one cares about Rogue, Team Heretics, Team Vitality, Giant X. They're all in the same group. I don't care. Yeah. They're shit. They're boring. They're trash. Swap all the players out. I'm just being honest here. They're all in the same group, actually. What do you think about Mad Lions, Koi? Do you think they'll be good?
I think they'll be decent. I think they'll be decent. Depending on how seriously G2 takes this split, this might be a 2023 situation all over again where Mad Lions might take the split.
Yeah. I'll be honest. It was shown that, in the finals, they had a chance to make it a lot more competitive, I think it all depends on if Supa can step up a little bit more. I think he was a problem in the playoffs for them. I think he was over-aggressive and having a lot of issues at certain moments. I think Frescowie is okay. I think he kind of got it together in the playoffs, which I said before, is where it really, really matters, actually. But, okay, who else is there? Carmine Corpse, as I'll say, actually. Carmine Corp. I think potentially they might make it to the best-of-3 stage, but I don't really think they're going to be doing anything. The problem here is that if they make the best-of-3 stage, man, people are going to be like, well, see, we told you, Yamato was the problem. And it's like, if you go from 10th to 8th, is that really like an improvement to be talking about? It's like you basically went from the worst team to the 3rd worst team in the league or some shit like that by that logic, unless this coach is coming in and doing miracles, I'm not seeing it with some of these guys. I'm sorry. I think their only good player is Bo, and it was shown from their voice columns that they don't really know how to communicate with them properly. And even though he speaks English to them in a good enough way to get them doing stuff, they just don't do anything. What are we thinking about Fnatic? I think it's just 5 players just playing solo queue together, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty much all there. Because, like, not none, just good lord. Jun and Noah, they're just kind of just meh, honestly. They're just meh as a bot lane. Humanoid, like we said, I mean, he can get you some best of 1 wins. Razork's their best player, and there's no way Razork stays on this roster at the end of this year. I'm calling it right now. He is leaving after this year.
Hell yeah.
Either they give him the bag to stay or he leaves, because it must be super frustrating playing on a team where you are constantly trying to get them to get some stuff done in the game, and they're just still like fucking like deer in headlights. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. You know, this kind of feels like they just don't really have a team identity. Like, this team, based off the ceiling that we saw them play at, this is a team that like arguably was facing off against G2 pretty well. They're the only team to play against G2 well. But that doesn't mean anything if you don't have like better team cohesion, an idea of like how to play the game out, honestly. So if they could just fix basically all their issues, they could beat G2? No, I'm not saying that, but it could be a little bit more competitive between them, actually. So that's pretty much it for previewing the LEC 2024 spring split. Yeah, it's pretty much just G2's league to win again, honestly. Unless we get a situation like last year where there's a team that just makes a, run, to the finals, actually, like Mad Lions did. Is it possible? Yeah, I mean, guys, anything's possible. It could happen. This literally happened with Mad Lions this last split, They made a run to the finals, and they did very well, honestly. What are you thinking? That could happen this split? If Fnatic can't win this split, just bruh, throw that fucking team in the garbage. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I would just break up the team at this point.
Like, offense for a lot of the teams, too. If you can't win when G2 is somewhat weaker than what they normally show, like, just give them every split then, by that logic then,
Yep.
All right. That's pretty much it for the LEC. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we head out for a little bit? Like, I just got to change the title on the stream because I messed up on the title, just one little thing. And we'll head out in a little bit. So what's been going on with you in terms of like content, actually?
I had to redo some videos. I had a video that was supposed to come out. I looked at it. I was like, okay, I'm going to retouch about this one. Other than that, not too much. I think the biggest thing when I look at for not just content, but like when I look at the League of Legends, it's like the LEC is so predictable. There's always G2 is going to be in the mix. It's like, okay, what team's going to work as well? And that's the main thing about it. It's like you look at it, you're like, God, this team's bad. This team's bad. It's like, yep. There's nothing like big about it where you're like, oh my God, this team's good. Because none of these teams are like, you look at it like you're impressed by them. Like, I'm not impressed by any of these teams. I'm like, in a sense, I'm like, these teams are bad. It's like,
yeah, because a lot of people were like, man, the first part of the split, they were like, it's a new patch, and there's a lot of changes to the game, guys. I get it, but bruh, as these weeks kept going on, these guys lost the ideas of like how to even basically play the game. Like, they lost the idea of like how to even take a dragon properly at like certain points of the game. We're like, bruh, like, what is going on here? Like, Lord, man. But yeah, anything you want to talk? Anything else you want to say before we head out? Actually, got any plans you want to talk about or anything?
Not too much at the moment.
Okay.
Not too much at the moment.
Still happy about the state of Yu-Gi-Oh?
The state of Yu-Gi-Oh is just weird right now. I got a pre-release coming this weekend
for Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh.
What is it? Pokemon. I got pre-release. That's right. I got 2 this weekend. I'm gonna try to bring home some product, do an opening. What I might do is record my opening and then play the video over and then do like a voiceover at home. Once I get home, I might do that for this weekend. I'm gonna put both together. Me just opening and see what cards I got and let the people know. I'll put 2 together. I'll do the first 2 this weekend. Upload it hopefully by Monday. Get that set up. Then I'll do the one for next weekend on the 17th and have that up by Monday as well. Pretty much just let everyone know what the new cards are in a sense. Like, yeah, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun playing Pokemon now, but it's like the format's done. This format's like, get me out of this format kind of sense. It's like we got rotation coming. PTCG Live in 2 weeks in IRL in a month. That's been August. No, not August. April 5th. It's where rotation kicks in on in IRL. Online it starts the 21st. That's when once the 21st hit, there's no more like all the decks that were originally standard that were like E block rotate out. That's when you no longer play with Mew, no more single strike Lugia and all that. But yeah, other than that, plus Top Chef, that was a video I was gonna put out. I gotta put out.
Oh man, you remember those Health Kitchen videos, those Health Kitchen series where he tell that girl, "Am I an idiot sandwich?" Legendary.
Oh my god. Yeah,
people are like, "Oh my god, bosses are hard people." Work with Gordon Ramsay. Tell me if you wouldn't survive a day. Actually,
I had school. I had chefs in school like Gordon Ramsay. Like, yeah, I had chefs in
just
school.
imagine just that guy. A lot of people are like, "No, I can't do work. Bosses are mean." Good luck living life.
Like, cause I know I know my four chefs at school were like not like that, but they could be if they wanted to. In a sense, like I know I wasn't. Like I didn't take it personally unless they made it personal. Most of them they didn't really make it personal. They were just like, just trying to get the best out of you in a sense. And like that's like the craziest thing about it. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, I got too much going on right now. Just working. I'm just working a ton, making a crap ton of money. Like that's why I come home, work, do what I gotta do. I'm close. Oh, I do got a video where I would do like a tier list, like 2 tier lists, a discussion video about Power Rangers and all that. Go over that. Now with Akira Toriyama passing, I'm gonna do a Dragon Ball video.
I'll probably do mine tonight after we're probably get done with this. I think we're supposed to play League at around like 9 my time. So I'm gonna do my video really quickly for Akira Toriyama, and then we'll just play League. Actually.
Yeah, I'll probably do my video about my it's a channel update. It's not a channel update, but it's pretty much this is what this channel's like the main 5 things are going to be about. And all that. But that.
But I will say, like, wrapping up the show, I'm sorry, guys, we went on a little bit of a tangent with that. That was just such shocking news. Like, I did not expect to wake up today and go, Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, is dead. Like, it's not something you just wake up to every day.
It more hurts because it's something from your childhood. It's like
the impact of Dragon Ball. A lot of people just won't. You just had to have been there to experience it to know.
Dragon Ball and Pokemon coming out almost around the same time in America just was like a culture shock. Like the anime came and hit the West like it was bad. It was what Pokemon, Power Rangers first, then Pokemon. Like in the 90s, Power Rangers, Pokemon, Dragon Ball, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all within like a 10-year span. It was just like, and I know I was able to enjoy all of it. Like I was there for every ounce of it too. It was like,
yeah, I was there for the DVD box sets, how hard to get this shit on just physical copies. I went the action figures. Yeah, man.
I remember
manga.
I remember playing the old Dragon Ball Z card game, even though it wasn't good.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah, it had the little power levels on the side. Yeah, I had
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I remember the second one they made. That was like more of like the Naruto CCG.
Yeah.
Dude, what's crazy? I literally downloaded the Dragon Ball Super digital. The Dragon Ball Super is doing their own MTG Arena Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel simulator now.
Yeah.
I just downloaded today. They're doing it for their new set Fusion World. So I know there's going to be those people out there. They're going to be like, is Dragon Ball Super... Guys, yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! These guys, given how Japanese people work, and it's what I know if I've looked into a lot of this stuff, Dragon Ball will continue. That's never going to stop. Ever, actually. They even did stuff with the Kiritomo Live that was different from Dragon Ball. It's like, yeah, Dragon Ball GT. He was somewhat involved in that a little bit. Yeah, I imagine he had contingency plans for a lot of this stuff. Like, if they didn't, then this franchise would just be over. You know, they just would end. But the thing, though, they've already... I mean, there's Dragon Ball Super manga that has a chapter every month at this point. You have, Dragon Ball Daima that's still coming out. One of the producers on Dragon Ball said they had like 10 more years worth of Dragon Ball content to deliver. So, Dragon Ball's always going to be around. Like, do you think that they're going to let that cash cow go away? You're out of your mind, actually. I know a lot of people are doing like their videos about it right now. You guys will see one of mine, obviously. But yeah, I'm not going to lie and tell you that this doesn't hurt. This sucks pretty bad, having someone like that gone. That is absolutely just a devastating piece of news to hear. Oh, God. It's not just the fact that it's right now. It's going to be like the day-to-day for it's going to hurt for a few days, I'll say. It's going to be like, God damn, the guy's really gone. I had that for Jason David Frank, too, with Power Rangers. Like, God, Tommy's not here. It's like, fuck.
That would hurt, but knowing his path, it was like, it was inevitable. You just didn't think it was going to happen the way it did. Like that one. To this day, the one that still hurts. There's two that still hurts to this day. Lee Thompson Young, because it's like, holy shit. Dude wasn't even 30 he passed. It was like, and you realize how depression works, and realize he doesn't even look depressed. And then it was like, it was like, what the fuck? That's a sign that you don't know depression. It's like that one, and the Kobe Bryant one, that
one was pretty hard too. Not gonna lie, that was crazy.
Not because it was just him. It was him and his daughter on the way to a basketball game with her teammates and their family and some other people. You're like, it was like, what? On a Sunday morning, you're just like, what the fuck? It was a routine thing. It was just one of those. It was like, and you saw him at the game the night before. It was just like, and then you hear the people's stories. Like he said, he was at peace with being without basketball and win the Oscar, and he just felt good. It was like, I was like, shit. I think those for celebrities. It was like I recently had someone who I went to school with pass away. I'm just like, I'm thinking, like, what is, and I'm always asking, what is the most ideal sign to see when someone's depressed? People are depressed, but there are some people who are like depressed in depression. I'm like, how do you tell when someone's in depression? Because I see depressed people. I work at a job where a lot of people I look at, you can tell they're depressed. Like they're going through the motion. They're like literally is when people's like, oh, I can't wait for the weekend. Like literally, people are living just to get to the weekend and then they start all over again. I'm just like, holy shit! I gotta get I have to get to a new career. You just sit there, you're like, what the fuck? This shit is crazy. It's like, damn, this shit is crazy. Oh my god, shit. Yeah, man, that shit's crazy. It's like, I don't know, man. Fuck. But other than that, everything's good, guys.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I was typing in one of our group chats. Yeah, that's. Well, I mean, the only bright side that I've ever said when these kind of things happen is just look at all the greatest moments from whatever piece of content they made for you that impact your life so much, and just reminisce about the good times. Not just the good times, because, reminisce about like the first time you ever watched it, the best moments of it, celebrate the greatest moments, obviously. That's what I always say to, keep the person alive. Because the thing is, people will always remember him because of how impactful this has been on a lot of people. He will always be talked about, always remembered, It's crazy. He's one of the fewest creators like Kazuki Takahashi where like no one hates him. He's a few like I imagine there might be people out there that hate it. There's people that hate out there who hate everyone, right? But he's one of the people where it's like he never did anything really that bad from what we hear. All the interviews, every interview said he's such a great guy to work with, a class act. I mean, that in itself is rare, is it not?
Yep.
Crazy. Well, and, as you guys will know, thank you guys for tuning in for tonight's show of the Cloud9 podcast. We will see you guys once again this Sunday, 5:30 PST, around 6:36 EST. Probably that will work for you guys. No, fucking hell. 5:30 PST is like 8 EST for you guys. If you guys didn't have a chance to catch the show live, you guys can watch and listen to the show on the podcasting platforms where you listened to your podcast. Actually, thank you guys for your continued support, and more content is coming and on the way. I have a lot of great things that I've been working on, and you guys will be seeing them very, very soon. So thank you guys for your support. As always, I'm NSK, Master Swag King, and I'm signing out, guys.